Hey, what's going on there, Dice Rollers? Paul here, and I'll be your DM for a while. And today, I want to help you out a little bit because today, Wizards of the Coast announced a ton and a slew of new products that are coming out for 2023, and all the buzz is about D&D 1, and is it an edition? Will there ever be other editions? And I got to tell you, I'm a little overwhelmed myself. And I thought, well, if I'm overwhelmed, well, then maybe some of you are overwhelmed as well. So let me go ahead and just free you up a little bit. Let me just help you. And these are things that I've told myself. And I thought, well, these things might be of value to you folks. So let me go ahead and just share a couple of them. I'm going to give you a quick 7, if I will. Okay, just 7 things to help deal with this kind of, D&D overload. Okay, number 1. You don't have to buy any stuff if you don't want to. Okay, that's number 1. Now, I'm going to buy stuff, but I'm a collector. But you don't have to buy stuff if you don't want to. And it's perfectly okay. Sometimes we feel bad or guilty, or we didn't buy the latest thing, or we're suffering from FOMO, which is fear of missing out. And you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to buy not one thing, not one product. You don't even have to care. And it's okay. It's okay if you don't. Nobody's going to judge you. I'm not going to judge you. Number 2, you can play whatever edition you want to play. If you want to play 2nd edition, go ahead. If you want to stay at 5th edition, do that. If you want to play 4th edition, you can do that. It's perfectly okay. You don't have to worry about what edition is out there. Play what you love and don't worry about anything else. Number 3, you can, if you don't like the rules, there's a lot of people going over the new rules, right? Going over the new backgrounds and races and so forth and so on. Listen, you can house rule anything you want. You can house rule to keep things in, and you can house rule to keep things out. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to keep up with the times. You don't have to be in the flow. You don't have to do any of those things. You can house rule anything you want. If you're the DM, just house rule it and say, this is the game we're playing. And those things are allowed or those things are not allowed. Don't worry about it. Number 4, this is still a game about heroes. It's easy to get caught up in the mechanics and forget it's a game. This is about story. This is about creating imagination. This is about allowing people to play a game so they can get lost in the fantasy of becoming a hero and doing things they could never imagine. This game has never been about mechanics. Not my opinion. The mechanics will always change. Something's going to change. Something's going to make this better. Something's going to make that better. And it will do that for infinity. Here's the deal, though. A game is not about mechanics. This game, D&D, is about story. It's about narrative. It's about heroes. It's about people living out a fantasy through a character. Yeah, there's rules. But listen, once again, you don't make the rules the deal. If you're the DM, you make the rules. You do what you want, right? And if you're a player, remember this. You're not missing out either. Play your hero. Don't worry about the mechanics. Don't worry about min-maxing. Don't worry about any of these things. Play the hero you want to play. Number 5. Talk to your players. If you're a DM, talk to your players. They may not even care about any of this stuff. And in fact, more than likely, the only person concerned about this is other DMs. I don't even know if players are overly concerned. And by the way, there's always new players coming into the hobby. There's always new players. So you're always going to find somebody that doesn't know anything about anything. And that's okay. The only D&D they'll know is the D&D you teach them. And that's okay. And if they want to advance and they want to play in a game that involves all those things, they can do that. If you talk with your players and say, hey, how much of this do we want to adopt in and how much do we want to keep out? Start having those conversations now. It's perfectly okay. Number 6, drown out the noise. That's right. Turn it off. Stop reading Twitter. Stop reading all the Reddits. Just turn off the noise, right? And do what you love. Have fun. Remember, this is a game about fun. And if you're not having fun, if all this noise is sucking the fun out of your life, just turn it off. Leave it alone for a while. Don't care about it. Don't watch all the YouTube videos. Don't read the Reddits. Don't scroll through Twitter or wherever you're getting your news from. Don't worry about it. Shut the noise off and enjoy the hobby. Okay? And finally, play your game. Whatever that game is for you, whatever D&D is to you, play your game and let others find you. Don't worry about whether or not you're playing something marketable, or you're not playing the latest, or you're not playing any of those things that are being marketed to you. Play your game, and others will find you. If you announce that you're playing D&D, well, D&D is whatever you make it to be. So play your game and let others find you. Don't worry about adapting to other people's expectations of what the game should be. If you're a DM, play your game. Guys, that is it. I just want to help you out a little bit. There's a lot of just noise and everybody's feeling overwhelmed and confused and arguing and craziness. And you know what? It's just time to turn it down and enjoy the game. We'll catch you guys in the next video.